Hey y'all, welcome to the TikTok Homeschool Conference. It is May. May's theme is homeschooling with neurodivergent and special needs kids. Make sure you go to Erica John's How to Homeschool to register for this, to get the schedule of talks that are happening today and tomorrow, and to get the links to the talks that you didn't. Make sure you follow those speakers and those content creators that are also sharing. Today is Thursday. The theme is dyslexia and dysgraphia, and I'm going to be talking about my favorite book recommendations about dyslexia for parents and books for dyslexic kids to read. Okay, now before I do that, make sure you go and listen to my other sessions. I did one session, part 1 and 2, on what is dyslexia. Does my kid have it? And then I talked about, okay, if they do, then what are some things you could do with them and for them? And the other one is on dysgraphia. My kid hates to write. Does he have dysgraphia? Make sure you go listen to those, okay? I'm Carrie DeFrancisco of Coffee with Carrie Homeschool Podcast and the ministry Coffee with Carrie, and I am a retired homeschooling mom. I drop a podcast on homeschooling every single Thursday, anything and everything that has to do with it, and I've got tons of episodes on this topic. Homeschooling with dyslexia, the gift of dyslexia. I even have an interview where I interview my son, who is an adult now, on being dyslexic. So if you haven't subscribed to Coffee with Carrie Homeschool Podcast, make sure you go do that. Make sure you go to my website, coffeewithcarrie.org. I've got all kind of resources, not just for dyslexia, but on anything and everything that has to do with homeschooling. Been there, done that. I'd love to help you. So let's get to the topic. What are some really good books that you could read if you think your kid has dyslexia or he is dyslexic and you just need some help to understand it? Okay, so I highly recommend this one. This one is my all-time favorite. It's called The Gift of Dyslexia: Why Some of the Smartest People Can't Read and How They Can Learn by Ronald Davis. Absolutely love this book. I'm actually going to be giving this book away in the live that I'm going to be doing later today with Erica Johns. So make sure you join us for that live later on today. It's going to be 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You have to be present in order to win the giveaway, and this is going to be one of them. Love this book because it talks about the truth of dyslexia. Kids who have dyslexia are not dumb. They're not, it's not a learning disability. They actually have a gift. There are so many things that kids with dyslexia, adults with dyslexia can do that many of us quote unquote normal thinkers cannot do. Cannot highly recommend this book enough. So make sure you get The Gift of Dyslexia. You will love it. If you have a spouse who you think might be dyslexic, have them read that book too. And if they don't want to read it, get it on Audible. Okay? All right. The next one I absolutely love is called The Dyslexic Advantage, not Disadvantage. Did you know that 50% of entrepreneurs, millionaires are dyslexic, and 40% of CEOs in America are dyslexic? I know. And also 50% of NASA employees, maybe not necessarily all the astronauts, but 50% of NASA employees are also dyslexic. I mean, come on. So it's an advantage. It's a gift to have it. So I absolutely love this book. It's called Unlocking the Hidden Potential of the Dyslexic Brain. So this one gets into more of the sciencey stuff. So if you're a science nerd like me and you want to know why the brain processes things the way it does when your kid or your spouse or someone you love is dyslexic, or you might be dyslexic, this is a great book to read. It's called The Dyslexic Advantage. Okay. Another one of my favorites is called Different. It's by Sally Clarkson and her son, Nathan Clarkson. Absolutely love this book because it's written from both of their perspectives. So Sally Clarkson will write a chapter on some struggles she had with her child, Nathan, who growing up was not only severely dyslexic, but had some other learning issues or challenges, right? But then the next chapter is written from his perspective. So it's absolutely beautiful. Again, it talks about the strengths of being different and not being like everybody else. So make sure you get this book by Sally Clarkson and Nathan Clarkson. And then this book is actually written for kids who have dyslexia. So it's actually written in dyslexic font, all right? So it's easier to read. The words are bigger on the page as well, okay? But it's called Dyslexia is My Superpower. give this to your kid who is dyslexic, who doesn't think that they're smart enough or good enough. If they're having trouble reading, get it on Audible. They can listen to it. It's fabulous because being dyslexic is like having a superpower. And this is another book that I'm going to be giving away today with our live Q&A with Erica Johns. Okay, so make sure you follow Erica Johns, How to Homeschool, so that you can be there for the live. You have to be present to get this book, and this is one of the ones I'm giving away. Now let's talk about kids. All right, so make sure you get this book. Thank you, Mr. Faulkner. This is a great picture book. It's actually a true story about the author who is dyslexic, and she wrote, right, a book, all right? She is dyslexic, but when she was in school, she had such a hard time, but she had a teacher like Mr. Faulkner who took the time to help her and to understand her and to see that her struggles were the things that made her unique, and he went out of his way to help her. So this is such a great book to help your kids understand that dyslexia again, and having reading and learning challenges is not a bad thing. Okay, so love this book. Make sure you get it. Another great one that came out not too long ago is called The Alphabet War. It is a story about dyslexia. So again, it's great to read aloud to your kid who is dyslexic or may feel dyslexic. Two books that I don't have to show you that I absolutely love. It's another picture book called Brilliant Bee, a story about dyslexia. It's about a little girl who has dyslexia. Okay. Also, if your kids have dysgraphia, dyslexia, get a bunch of wordless picture books, okay? And then have them look at the pictures and tell you the story as you quote unquote read it. So you're just showing them the pictures and they're coming up with the story. You would be amazed at how many wordless picture books there are out there. So go to your local library, ask your librarian, and she will send you home with tons and tons of wordless picture books. Let's talk about those kids who are dyslexic. They have started to read, but their reading is still very slow and they still have to do a lot of decoding. First of all, you need to get your hands on what's called decodable books. There's a whole bunch of different ones. So go to Amazon, search decodable books. They're written for kids who are dyslexic. And so they use dyslexic font. The words on the page are further apart. There's more pictures in them, right? And so if your kid is reading those early readers or the like first, second, third grade chapter books, right? But they're struggling with them. Make sure you look up decodable books. I love this one, Lost Ross, because it's all about a dog. And my kid who is dyslexic absolutely loves dogs. But there's tons of different decodable books, chapter books. So look for those. Okay. Another one that I can't show you because I don't have it here. I lent it to a friend of mine. Did you know that Henry Winkler, you know, of Alfonsi of Happy Days, he is severely dyslexic. He has talked openly about the gift of it and his struggles with it. But he wrote a chapter book series about a little dyslexic boy named Hank who gets into an awful lot of different, let's just say, issues due to his ADHD and his dyslexia. They're super fun to read aloud with your kid. Or, like I said, if your kid is dyslexic and they're already starting to read, they're going to love this book because they're going to relate so much to the character of Hank. All right. Another one of my favorite books that I'm also giving away in the giveaway today at 3 o'clock with Erica Johns. It's called A Fish in a Tree, and it's about a little girl, well, not a little girl, a middle school age girl who is dyslexic, and it just kind of goes through, it's fictional, but it goes through her feelings and what it's like when she's looking around and everybody around her is quote unquote understanding things faster than she is, remembering things longer than she is, the struggles that she has, the teacher that she meets that helps her along the way, right? Okay. Her awesome family that helps her. So this one's called A Fish in a Tree. You absolutely have to get it. Actually, anything by Linda Hunt is going to be great. All right. So love these books. Make sure, and again, you could get this one on Audible as well. So if your dyslexic kid isn't reading yet, or their reading proficiency isn't quite at this grade level, just listen to it on Audible. Okay. Like I said, join me today with Erica Johns at How to Homeschool at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a live Q&A. I'm going to be doing some giveaways. You have to be present, though, to get those 3 books that I mentioned. Plus, part of the giveaway, besides these 3 books, is that I am going to be giving away a free registration fee to an online dyslexia seminar I'm having at Coffee with Carrie later this month. Okay, so go to my website, coffeewithcarrie.org. You'll see about that dyslexic seminar that's coming up in May. You can also subscribe to my website. You can get free morning time plans. Make sure you follow and subscribe to my podcast, Coffee with Carrie Homeschool. I drop a new episode every Thursday, and I talk about anything and everything that has to do with homeschooling. And while you're at my website, book a coffee date with me. I'd love to help you homeschool.